It's 8:14. Here we go. It's another Mason Jar Monday with Honor Credit Union and CEO Scott McFarland.
Good morning. No applause necessary, please.
Oh, yes.
Oh, sit down,
yes.
Bill. Sit down. Come on, stop.
Okay, let me grab a seat here. We'll get ready for another Mason Jar Monday. A little more applause.
Sit down, stop,
Even
really.
when I'm
Stop.
sitting.
No,
Even when I'm
blushing.
sitting. You get
all the listeners can see that, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, how we doing?
Happy Monday.
Yeah, you too.
I'm doing great.
Now,
Feeling blessed.
Good.
So.
April is Youth and Financial Literacy Month.
It is. Yeah. So it's a big national thing, and we take, as you know, we take savings very seriously. That's why we talk about the Mason jars, and there's no better time to start your Mason jar than when you're young. As we do training at schools and we talk about money, one of the things I always tell them, it's a pop question in the presentation is, what do they have that I don't? Sometimes it's hair, sometimes, energy, but finally they get the answer, and the answer is they have age on their side. They're young.
Yeah.
So what we want to do during Youth Financial Literacy Month is teach them the importance. That's a fancy word for we want to teach you how to save some money in that Mason jar. So here's your top 3, which I know you've been dying to hear. Good habits start just like bad habits, and you want to do them over and over again. So start at a young age and learn the good habit of saving. That's right, put some cash away. Learning to save at an early age is key to have a healthy financial future. So what moms, dads, aunts, uncles, grandmas, and grandpas can do, they can do something wonderful. Help the kids start to save, get them a place to save, maybe an Honor Credit Union account, and we'll talk more about that in a minute because it's a great time to open a youth account. But even if it's a Mason jar, get that jar set up at home, cut a hole in that jar that you emptied out and stick some money in it, save it up, and then take that jar in. The key is they get to build some savings. And to do that, you want to have a goal. And as a young person, as an adult, it doesn't matter because we all have some trouble. I don't know about you, Bill, but I have some trouble sometimes figuring out wants and needs. And that goes along with youth too. Part of the struggle is, I need a candy bar. I need that new app on my iPod. Well, no, you don't really need that. Those are more wants. And if your wants override your needs, many times what will happen is your Mason jar will empty quickly. Yeah. So we're working on wants versus needs. And there's a few adults that might be able to learn that too. Youth Literacy Month is good for me. So I'll be focusing on needs. And when it's their money and they spend it, that's a great lesson to teach kids. When it comes out of their hands, it hurts a little bit more. And that little bit of pain when that money goes out of the Mason jar, that's an important thing because it reminds the importance of savings. Finally, interest. That's right, interest. That's not interest like, hey, you want to pay attention? No, it's interest because we're going to pay you. Financial institutions will pay you to hold on to your money for you. So that Mason jar account that you have at Honor Credit Union will build money if you put money in there, leave it in there, and continue to watch it grow and save. So that's an important component. So one, old habits die hard. Good habits start at a young age. Start a good habit of starting to save in that Mason jar. Build it up. Wants versus needs. Pay attention to the needs. Save up for those. Use your money for those, and then, reward yourself every once in a while on your budget or with a want. And finally, interest. What are you going to get paid for somebody to hold on to your money and let that money grow and build? Age is on your side as a young person, and you want to watch that money grow. So no better time to do it. And there's some exciting things to celebrate youth literacy this month. A $5 new account, opening an account with $5, Honor Credit Union will put $10 in there for any new, just
You're already
to promote.
Making money.
Exactly.
Just by showing up.
And that's a high rate of interest, by the way, if you figure that out. $5, you get 10. So anyone between the ages of firstborn to 22, get that account open, start that savings plan, get it going, and learn how to do it now while you're young.
Yeah. The most, I don't know if it's the most important, but the one that keeps standing out of the 3 is number 2 with the kids, especially wants versus needs, huh?
Huge. Yeah. You know what? We're bombarded with information, bombarded with TV commercials. We always say there's plenty of people that are happy to take your money. Not that that's bad, but make sure you're aware of where you're spending it and what it's doing to that Mason jar balance in there. So Got to pay attention to it. If you don't take care of your money, somebody else will, and that's probably not a good thing. So
I'm going to open up the phones for the rest of the show and ask our listeners this question. I'm going to ask you first.
Okay.
Because I know somebody will come to mind. Who taught you about money at a young age?
It was probably my parents, both my mom and dad, early on.
So it was important.
An allowance, set it aside. And, you'd get that look, the looking down at you like, you sure?
The money look.
Do you really need that right now, Scott? Do you really need that? But you know what? And that's part of it. And that's why we encourage financial literacy goes across the board. But it's going to start at home. It's going to start at home. We'll help. Honor Credit Union will be there to help. And other financial institutions, obviously, the goal is, and that's what we focus on. That's why we say it's your money. It's not just a tagline. It really